Hey guys, it's Evan the Cat King here with another video. Today is another total drama what if. I made sure that I recorded this before Disventure Camp episode 18 comes out, because I'm sure I won't be in the mood to do anything after that episode comes out. I have just been, if you haven't seen my one video, I've just seen that I've been disappointed with it. Well, yeah. I mean... So I had to make sure that this came out before that. So yeah. So this is what if there was a vote in That's Off the Chain. That's Off the Chain is the episode where Lindsay gets voted out. So in this what if, there, instead of it being a stupid purge challenge resulting in her just getting eliminated because she came second place and nobody technically finished after her, so she got eliminated. That right there is already stupid enough, because she didn't lose the challenge. There were two people that did worse than her. Both Owen and Duncan were in that race, and they just didn't place. So she went home because they didn't technically cross the finish line. But either way, instead of that, we're just gonna have a vote. So in That's Off the Chain, we will get the bike race, and Heather wins like usual and gets immunity from the vote. One thing that won't happen is the fallout between Heather and Lindsay, as Lindsay wouldn't just go home, resulting in Heather like not caring about it, and then just so no Lindsay cursing out. They're still friends going into this vote. Now, who is going to be eliminated in a voting scenario? I think that the most logical choice would be Duncan, as he points himself out as the leader of the Guys Alliance in this episode, and that places a target on his back from the girls because of Heather's immunity. It also adds, he shows that, like, even in like a competition where it was like about like kind of using smarts more, building something, he ended up doing very well and actually created a freaking like motorcycle basically. So yeah, he's going here. Hook, line, and screamer. Now we have a fairly simple episode, as we likely get the same result as the original, as Gwen will earn herself immunity while DJ gets kicked out because of freaking out over nothing. Lindsay will likely be following Heather around, and that saves her from being the most pathetic. While Lindsay's episode will not be a purge challenge, Hook, Line, and Screamer will still be a purge challenge, so DJ is still going. Wow and Aqua gone wild. Now, how will things go here? The winner of the challenge doesn't matter because it was just for reward, but Gwen does still win. I feel as if we get our big Lindsay freakout and breakup with Heather in this episode, as Heather would be very nasty to her in this episode. I see Heather forcing Lindsay to help her with the challenge and like putting her in danger with dealing with a bear, and doesn't care about her being stuck with the punishment. Now, when it comes to the vote, I feel like this is the end of Heather, as she has no more allies, and while I believe that she got through in the original because people want to see her clean the bathrooms, that's what I've seen online, I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I don't see them letting her get away with what happened with Lindsay. I think that they're gonna take out Heather, and you know, Lindsay does get they'll be fine with Lindsay cleaning the toilets, because I mean, they'll be like, okay, you did the right thing and you abandoned Heather, but in order to officially officially for us to accept you, you have to deal with a punishment for everything you did for Heather. So you're gonna have to clean the bathrooms. That's what it goes down. Trial by triathlon. Okay. Who will be the duos for this episode? We get the OG duo of Gwen and Jeff, along with Owen being with Lindsay and Lashana ending up with Izzy. I feel like these duos make the most sense based on the idea of the challenge. I feel like Lashana and Izzy, well, they do actually share quite a few moments, like quite a few things in Total Drama Island. I feel like they would be at the most against each other. Plus, I don't think that you put Izzy with Lindsay or Owen, so I think her with Lashana makes the most sense. So, yeah. The eating challenge actually doesn't go to Owen, because I feel like Lashana and Izzy would be able to win if Lindsay is Owen's partner. If Heather is still Owen's partner, then yeah, she throws the food in Owen's face and whatnot. But Lindsay, I just don't think that she'd do that. She's just gonna be probably slow with it even, and be just the result in them kind of losing. Now we reach the cave challenge, and the same duo wins this as Jeff and Gwen get a point. Izzy and Lashana, same reasons. The woolly beavers will show up, and honestly, Izzy will probably say the exact same thing that Duncan says in the episode. Lashana, you can take them. And then, honestly, Lindsay and Owen will both freak out over the spider. Lindsay, if anything, Owen might be fine, but then Lindsay sees the spider, she freaks out, and that results in Owen seeing the spider, and then he freaks out. So it's probably going to be, so they won't make it. And then Jeff and Gwen get the win. And then that leads to the totem pole challenge, and we will be getting a winning team for the whole challenge, because Owen and Lindsay are the only team who doesn't have a point, and they ain't winning the totem pole. They are not winning that, and I think that, so the winning team is actually going to be Lashana and Izzy, so when it comes to the vote, they are immune. And that leads to the end of Owen, as I believe that we would get a bit of a girls' alliance forming between Lashana, Gwen, and Lindsay. They kind of bring Lindsay in after everything that happened with Heather. They agree to let Lindsay be a new member of and bring her in to make them a trio again, pretty much, because they originally had Bridget, but now they have Lindsay. Camp Castaways, I'm not changing it. At this point, who cares? We have the losers vote, the next person off Twist, and who is going to be voted out of this group? I believe it'll end up being Lindsay, because it mostly stems from Katie and Sadie's votes, and I believe Sadie will definitely miss Lindsay from their time with the bad haircuts. This results in the chain reaction, and Lindsay gets screwed over, even though this whole what if is about her not getting screwed over. Heather also probably chooses to be a big bad person and vote multiple times if Chris lets her. This whole what if was so that Lindsay doesn't get screwed over by stupid twists and stuff, and then she ends up getting screwed over by the stupid final five losers vote twist. Okay, now for the next challenge, and Are We There Yet? And we get teams of two again. And I think that the teams will be Lashana and Gwen versus Jeff and Izzy. Now, in a past what if, I stated that Izzy is just an automatic win in this challenge for whatever team she is on. And I am sticking with that, as her and Jeff win the challenge. She is just too OP in this kind of a situation. Now we get to a voting situation, and this is likely where Gwen gets eliminated, as Izzy is going to vote for Gwen after her and Lashana have bonded over multiple challenges. Meanwhile, she has not really bonded much with Gwen. And Jeff would be very much a toss-up, because he likes both Gwen and Lashana, especially after the last trial by Tri-Arm Triathlon challenge. But even if he votes Lashana, then it would probably be Chef's decision, which is what I think ultimately, if the whole Chef's choice on who goes home is actually what happens, I think it happens because of a tie, as Heather votes for Duncan and Gwen votes for Owen. So I think that if it ends up being a tie, then it ends up being Chef's choice. And I think Chef does like Lashana more than Gwen. There are, like, I feel like there's, like, stuff in action that points to him possibly not liking Gwen that much. But that's more of her, like, being braggadocious over coming second in the last season. but also just like there are also multiple cases where he just I think that he gave like LaShawn, he like respects Lashana or whatever, like I don't know, but so I think that he picks Lashana to go through. I triple dog dare you. We have reached the final three, and this is just another case of Izzy making it to the final, making it through the final three because she's going to be like Owen and not afraid to do any of these dares. Now, between the other two, I do think that Lashana takes the win. In the past, I have underestimated Jeff. I've, like, forgotten about certain things, like him talking about how he has an iron stomach in, like, Redonkulous Race, and, like, him crawling through the septic tank just to get cologne. Of course, he didn't know he was going to get cologne, but in the end, I still think that Lashana takes it. I think that she's a very determined person, and I feel like she can ultimately persevere through. Also, if anything happens regarding a team up, I see Lashana asking Izzy to team up in order to take out Jeff, as she is more cutthroat than the Surfer, and she probably realizes that she isn't going to be Izzy. This means that the final two is ultimately Izzy and Lashana. And there it is. That is what if there was a vote in That's Off the Chain. I hope you guys enjoy this video. One more thing, actually, before this video ends. I am planning on starting doing something new on the channel that regards Total Drama. I have a lot of different Total Drama based stuff, like the what ifs, random number generated stuff. There's Total Drama, like if I wrote it recently. Well, I am planning on starting a new series type thing with Total Drama, and I thought I'd let you, and the first episode of that is coming soon. So it's not really like an episode thing. It's like it's more like Total Drama what ifs, but it's as opposed to like the random number generated stuff. But I would like to let you guys know about something that is coming up on the channel soon, and that is Total Drama Theory videos. I'm going to start making Total Drama Theory videos as I have some theories about the show that I'd like to share with you people. So I'd like to let you guys know about that. As always, leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a comment, give me any Total Drama what if ideas, I don't know, give me any advice that you have, I don't know. But I will see you guys next time. Bye!